Hey guys, welcome to our Zoom meeting for the week. This week we are going to talk about value ladders. And before I actually show you the value ladder, I wanted to tell you, kind of explain how I first learned about this concept and why I think it is so valuable, especially as you're starting to grow your farm. So a value ladder, I first learned about it from this book here, .com Secrets, by Russell Brunson, and in it he dives into what it takes to grow your business online. Russell's been huge in marketing for the last 15 years. Works with Tony Robbins, owns businesses with Tony Robbins, and just like is the guy for marketing right now. And the software that we use is his software called ClickFunnels, and it's just absolutely amazing, simple to use. But yeah, in his book, he goes into all the top secrets, and this is one of the first ones, one of the foundational pieces that you'll have for your business. And when I went to college at Western Oregon University and got a major in business with a minor in entrepreneurship. And I wish that something like this had been talked about. We talked a lot about business plans, and I got so wrapped up in, gosh, how can I write out, like, do this 20 to 30 page business plan and get it, like, it took so much time and effort to just get this together. And it made sense, like getting all the strategy together and everything made sense. But by the time you're done, it's like, wow, had I spent all that effort, actually getting a product out there or a service out there, could have been, making money already. So when I looked at it that way, like comparing it to the business plans that we were writing back in college, and what is the plan of how we want to serve our customers and the value that we want to provide for them, it kind of completely changes things and simplifies it to a level where you can, like this, I'll show you the chart, you can basically just bring it to this level here where, it's as simple as how much value are we going to provide and what's the price for that going to be. And, it kind of is an ascension plan. So down at the very beginning, the very low barrier to entry, as it kind of ascends you up. So when we started growing our grass-fed beef business, the area that we focused on, unfortunately, was just that lower rung of the ladder. And we were able to acquire customers like crazy. We got 2,500 customers in a year, but we weren't ascending them up a value ladder because I hadn't learned this concept yet. We were putting offers out there, and we had different ways that folks could buy our products, but really they didn't know everything that we offered, and we honestly didn't really know either. Part of that was, being young and starting out, like young as far as first business, getting things going. But also, it's not clear within the farming industry what's the model that works the best. What we did is we started looking at other farmers and how they were selling their products, and a lot of them, at farmers markets, were selling price per pound, $5 for ground beef, so on, and it's individual cuts, and you weigh them all out. And others were selling, quarters, halves, and wholes. So if you look at this value ladder here, if you're selling at price per pound, you're going to be at the lower rungs. And if you're selling at quarter or wholes, you're going to be way up there by that. Actually, bear with me for a second. I wanted to see, I know there's a way within Zoom for me to add a highlight option. Well, I don't see it. I'm definitely this is a good reminder for me that I have to go and take some time to learn more about Zoom, and that way I can help make these less clunky and more interactive. Um, so, will that work? Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, I'll quit. I'll stop. You guys understand. So what we were seeing, and especially after I started to understand the value ladder, was folks were either down here selling it in the not quite there first two rungs of products, or they're up here in the top end products. So that was something, as I started to understand this, it made a lot of sense to why you shouldn't just look at what the market is doing and copy that. Also, when we started selling individual cuts, it became ridiculously hard to manage inventory and find things for fulfillment. One of the most popular cuts was flag steak at the time, and you only get a few per cow. So we'd be digging through 500 or a couple thousand pounds of, a full chest freezer full of beef to try to find that specific cut. And it just didn't make sense. So what we ended up doing was putting together bundles. You'll see something similar with Omaha Steaks and how they offer their products. Is, I think one of them that we copied was the or borrowed, I guess, was the tenderness bundle, where it includes, tenderloin steaks and New York strip, and it's a name that speaks to what it is, and I think they have really good naming as far as what they've bundled together, and doing something like that made it a lot easier for us to find things in the middle of this value ladder, and the that really is what is the core of your business. What is the thing that your dream customer, kind of, what is it that they value? How can you best serve them? And finding out exactly what that middle step is just key for the growth of your farm. And if you're focused just on the front or the top, it's either going to be you're going to get tons and tons of customers like we did, and you can grow a business that is not exactly what you planned for, or you're going to get very few customers, and you may have to offer it at a very discounted price because you're not taking them on that journey, the value journey of they're getting and trying your product for the first time. They're coming to a farmer's market. They're buying one package of ground beef to then buying a whole quarter. Like they're spending $10 or they're spending a couple $1,000. There's a big gap in between $10 and $1,000 or several $1,000s for someone to invest in your farm. So what is it that you're bringing those together with, and where's the value that you're going to provide to them with your products? And that's really what the value ladder can do for your business, and the best way to kind of understand it. So Russell kind of talks about the different levels of your value ladder here in the second Google. Oh, it's blurred. Sorry about that, guys. So in the value ladder, at the beginning, you're going to have something, you're going to need to attract your dream customers. First, you need to identify who they are, and then where they are, and bring them into your world. So with that, he has something that he's calling bait. A lot of times that's in exchange for I'm just going to use an example of a guide, a nutritional guide. Could be in exchange for an email address. So how is it that you're going to find that person, bring them into your world, and give them something of value in exchange for something else? That trade is psychologically much different than opt into our newsletter. Like, there's not an exchange of value. All they see is, I'd like this company to market to me, or I'd like to learn more about this company. It's much different than, this company is giving me this thing that I'd really like to read. Like, I think that this is interesting and I'd like to learn more about it. So that's kind of something that can bring someone into your world at the very low end of your value ladder. You can have that basically as a free item. And same thing if you're, if you are working with other people. Like, not all of us are nutrition experts. More of us are soil experts. And soil may not be so interesting to your dream customers, but nutrition most likely is, because you are in the market segment that farming is in the health segment. We are providing a service that offers health. There is no better way to get healthy food than to buy it directly from a farm. Everybody knows that. So we are in the health market. That's where you're going to find. That's where your dream customers are. They're doing the things that interest them in the health industry. And nutrition is one of the top things. Everybody talks about how you can work out 7 days a week and your body won't change unless you change your nutrition. And anything that you can offer to help them in their nutritional journey is going to be a huge benefit to them, versus join our newsletter, or here's a coupon, or something else like that. So that's when you're looking at this value ladder, and sorry about the blurriness, but yeah, you've got your bait, and then you have a front end, a middle, and a back end. And front end is what I was talking about at farmers markets, where you're selling your small orders of ground beef or specific cuts for a price per pound, or if you're not selling meats, the vegetables or the individual things, versus a bigger box, or something that's higher end. So good example there. You see kind of in the middle section where you have the dollar signs and the arrows. That's where they're just showing a continuity plan that's similar to like a CSA, where they're making a purchase every month or week or several weeks or several months from your business, and that's consistent. You can basically count on that cash flow to come through your business, and that's something that is missed a lot of times by farmers. You see at the farmers market is, you're selling to that person, they're coming back every week, or every few weeks, and when you're not there, they miss out, and so do you. So having something in place to where they can make that purchase and you're delivering on the product on a consistent basis is huge. So the continuity and the middle really are the core of your business. These are the two things that will move you forward and help you continue growing your business. Your profits are here, your cash flows here. Those are the areas that you need to focus on if you're planning to grow your farm. And a lot of folks, I think the majority of folks, completely avoid them because I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's just the industry standard. Like, we are offering, here's this individual package, like you can get at a grocery store at this price per pound, and then here's the top end, like you can fill your freezer, gigantic thing. And yes, so that kind of goes through that. I'm going to get a little bit more specific on, again, a beef business and how you can look at it that way as we compare it to a dentist. So in Russell's book, oh, this one's blurry again. Sorry about that, guys. Russell's book, he talks about when he went to a dentist, and the dentist noticed that his teeth were yellow. And so one of the first, or sorry, he found a new dentist because the dentist was offering a free teeth cleaning. So he came in, got his teeth cleaned, and when he was there, the dentist noticed that he had yellow teeth, and so he offered him whitening. And then the next thing he said, you know, this one's, you've been grinding a little bit, so you can get a retainer. And then the next thing would be, we could do cosmetic surgery here, and just it sends you up. And then also they have their continuity with the 6-month checkup. So for a beef business, we talked about in week 1 about a grass-fed beef or just a ground beef business where we're taking cattle that are considered cold cattle, low value cattle, anywhere from free to where, not technically free, but an asset that's completely depreciated on your farm, cow that you've had for 10 years, and or buying it from a farmer or rancher for anywhere from $600 to $1,000, and then getting 400 or 500 pounds of ground beef from that through your USDA butcher. So if we're looking at that, what I had considered our middle, our middle part of our value ladder was the 40-pound box of ground beef. With our 40-pound box of ground beef, our front end is going to be anywhere under that, our back end is going to be anywhere over that, and our continuity could be smaller than that. It's just a consistent something where we're profiting every month and or every week or every few months, to where we're getting someone a consistent amount of our product over time. But yeah, so with it, if you're looking at just ground beef, guys, what I looked up is, or what I did, I'm going to share with you here. So what I put together, and this is in our Google Documents, is I talked to 3 different local natural foods stores. Here we had Whole Foods, New Seasons, and Zupans. The prices at each one was Whole Foods was $6.99, New Seasons $7.99, and Zupans was $10.99. And then the average farm sells their ground beef at a farmer's market for $5 a pound. That, you know, I know these prices are going to differ in different regions. This is kind of specific here to Oregon, easy to do, you know, for you in your area. I just called them up, and every one of those 3 stores could not tell me that their product, their ground beef, was raised in Oregon. No one said that. So even if you're not offering 100% grass-fed, grass-finished, like the top of the top stuff, you're still offering something that is superior to what they are because it's local. Like, that is such a huge aspect of sustainable farming practices and nutrition. Like, that's really a thing now, sustainable and regenerative nutrition, that it has so much more value than the stuff that they're bringing in from Australia or other places. And if you're seeing this and you're seeing those profit numbers, I'll go into that in another video. I did talk about it in week 1. But yeah, that's potential profit if you are doing, gosh, what was that? That was 40 cattle a year. So I don't know what I'm doing there. Sorry about that, guys. Different topic for a different day. But yeah, we're looking at our pricing for these different companies. And as you look at this value ladder, and your prices for all these are going to vary based on industry. So beef, that's something that's going to be low end, free. Front end, that would be a low price range, anywhere for it's a beef business, anywhere from $5 to, let's say, $50, 40, yeah, 50, let's say $100, $0 to $100. And then middle would be kind of $100 to $400, and then back end is 400 and up. And the reason he has this dollar sign with a big star around it here is you should not limit yourself within your value ladder. This doesn't have to be things that you're going to start selling tomorrow. This can be things that you're going to do 5 years from now. And on that high end, you can think of different things that you could potentially do with your farm or ranch. Let's say hosting and catering a wedding. Things that would be upwards of five to $10,000 to $50,000, depending on where you are. That could be the very, very top tier that someone could ascend to. And without structure like that, you're cutting yourself short, because some folks, as they go through the buying process with you, they will want to go to that highest level. They will want to support you at the very, very top end of what you do. And if you haven't created that, or don't have that as a future plan, then they can't keep buying from you, or they don't know what the next level is. So what I wanted to show you back here, and this is why I think the value ladder is so important, and it's something that is so missed upon. So if our local price, oh, I lost my Excel sheet. Dang it. So if our average farm is selling ground beef at $5 a pound, and this is 100% grass-fed, grass-finished, the highest quality, what is the national average for ground beef? So I pulled up, well, this is the Mid-Atlantic information, but I pulled up the Bureau of Labor and Statistics and looked at beef, ground beef. We're looking at lean and extra lean. The prices from November of 2019, December of 2019 is $5.50 per pound. So if we're looking at a national average of $5.50 a pound for just standard, that is the entry point for beef. Feedlot, like nothing special, $5.50 a pound. But then our farms are selling it at farmers markets for $5 a pound. We aren't even close to where we should be on this scale of this value that we're providing. The value that we're providing here is far greater than what we're charging at these really low prices. And it's the same if that is at the beginning, the lower part, the front end, or up at the back end. So it's the same if it's 1 pound of ground beef at a farmer's market, or a quarter beef or a whole beef, sold directly to customer. And I think a big part of that is we're not taking them on this value journey. We're not letting them try that. Yes, we could sell it at $5 per pound and have them enjoy their first package, but our middle rung on our value ladder is going to be much more than the $5 a pound, where there's profit built in there. It's going to be at these prices. It's going to be at in a range of I'm just curious what the average is. The average of these grocery stores is $8.66 a pound. So that's a significant difference. If we're looking at 40-pound boxes, that's $146 extra dollars beyond what that $5 a pound is. That's all profit. And if we have done it in this way to where we built our levels of where the journey we're gonna take our dream customer on, then we can easily start to understand how to price things, how to package things, what to offer at and when in their journey. And it makes it much simpler to understand and look at your farm or business that way. Another thing that you can do to look at this is on the front end offers. Those don't have to be low profit things. You can include, let's say, tenderloin cuts or seasonings or other things with that ground beef box. If someone is purchasing your middle, that's 40-pound box of ground beef, you can also include front end items there. Again, Omaha Steaks is really good at that. When you do purchase one of their bundles, they've got lots of different add-ons that you can go through and pick and add to your purchase. So that's something that you can really start to open your eyes as to what is it? How do I want to add value and serve my dream customer throughout this process? And as you start thinking about things this way, you can start to kind of, what I had shared earlier is you can do a mind map of, here's bait. Like, let's just look specifically at bait. And if we expand on that, here's the different, things. We've got the, nutritional guide, and we've got the, seasonings, and we've got a lot of businesses that will have a tote, like it's a freezer tote. Like now in Oregon, you can't have, they don't sell, or they don't give you plastic bags with your groceries anymore. You have to have a bag that you bring with you. So that's something you could include, just something in there to add value and get them interested, get them in the door. And then the front end and middle and the whole ascension part of it, as well as the continuity, are just so valuable to look at. And I think it's important. I think it's important to look at this as something that will grow over time, and you can. This will be something that will grow over time, and you can just start and you can narrow down on exactly what is it. Do I want to have a continuity plan? Do I want to have these 40-pound bundles, or do I want to have something like a CSA box where it's what's in season and you're working with different farmers and different organizations, and that core thing is going to be what is keeping your dream customer up at night related to your business. Like, how can I best serve them with the products that I have, or leverage other people's products to include that in something that they will look forward to, and it will give them that comfort, that peace of mind that I don't have to worry about this anymore. So, like, that is the value you can provide to your dream customers. First, you need to believe that you have the mindset to be a marketer. Then you need to identify and find out where they are, of who your dream customer is, and where is it that you can find them and attract them and bring traffic to your farm. And then it's how do I want to put this together? What products do I want to offer and sell directly to our customers? So that's it for this week, guys. I know it's a little different. I don't have any Q&A yet for this. I know that you guys are going to have some questions after you see this, so definitely put your questions in the comments, and I'll answer them there. And definitely going to do. I did a whiteboard session, so every Wednesday now, I'm doing a whiteboard Wednesdays where I go through a step-by-step of what everything looks like. I'll show you. We'll have it up. I think there's our whiteboard on this. But yeah, going way into detail on these different concepts and how to understand them, and yeah, if you have questions about how to do this specific to the products that you have on your farm, feel free to reach out. And yeah, encourage you guys to start working on this, and you know, just check things out. In our members area, I have a link for the book.com secrets, and all the other resources, the videos, the podcasts, and different things that I feel are very, very valuable in understanding and learning and building your own value ladder. So again, I appreciate it, guys, and I hope you're having a great Thursday, or whatever day it is when you're watching this. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.